So, so, uh, for this activity, I had a conversation with my mom, and we were actually talking more so how about like how I tend to like to put a lot of distance on people, and like how should I approach that? Because we were talking about how for me it doesn't feel so much. It doesn't feel like a long time when I stop talking to them or like just disappear for a month. And for her, for my dad, it's really difficult that they understand that I'm not the type of person that I will be texting or talking with them like every single minute. But it's also confusing when I just disappear or I just don't feel like coming to see them once a month, and how it's not only affecting them but also to other members of from my family. Um, and I was trying to I was trying to talk about my side of how I feel when I was like coming a lot of times, seeing them like uh, more than once a week. And she was trying to tell me how she and the other family members feel about me not being as close as I used to be. Um, for most of the conversation, it was kinda hard, and I was that it was easy for the most part to to keep the eye contact. There were some there were some a few seconds where I will just start staring at things that were behind her, but I will like come back eventually, like if it's after like 5 or 6 seconds, or like when I notice that I'm not actually like seeing her eyes, that I'm actually seeing something behind her. Um, and it wasn't difficult to interrupt her. Well, it wasn't difficult to like keep myself from interrupting her for the most part. Um, I will say that it was actually pretty easy to just like listen her, and then once that she was done with it, I was like I will start talking. Um, I would say that we were talking like equal part, because she stopped once that she stopped talking, I would start talking, and also she wouldn't interrupt me at all. Um, I would say that I was listening. I was listening more than talking. Um, I was in the part where like who was making more like who was saying more words. I will say that she was talking more, like telling more words. But we were both like interacting with it. Even though I still feel that I was the one who was listening the most instead of talking. And I guess what I did right was um that like in some arguments that she was giving, I would like just rephrase it or like say it again, but in the way that I was like understanding it, and then she would just like sometimes she would realize that it didn't sound or it didn't sound how she wanted to like to how she wanted me to see it, so she will just like change the words or like be more specific with stuff. But I think that I could have done better. It would be that like to actually speak. Um, because I didn't. I feel that I didn't. I did speak, but I feel that I didn't speak at all. That I could have. I could have explained more, and that maybe she wouldn't like understand me. We didn't get into any agreement or fight, but like still, I think that It wasn't quite specific enough our conversation.